Hey guys, it's Cook3 and welcome to part 53 of Let's Play Colinbound. Much like yesterday's Golden Sun episode, this footage is pre-recorded, in that I have to do post-content because for some reason I seem to have deleted the audio file. I know for a fact that I've recorded this one because obviously I used it for the previous part. This was originally going to be, hang on. Oh, okay. I thought I'd lost another video. I thought I'd lost the previous video for a second, and I was like, what? But, yeah, I used it for part 52. It was the same audio file, because it was originally going to be one long part, and then somehow I got rid of it. But, yeah, that's not too vitally important. But in the last part, we started exploring this area underneath Stonehenge sort of place. And this is a rather dramatic shift in the environment. We went from sort of messed up and yet somehow still fairly natural area, like sort of spooky cave situation, to full-on industrial, like, spaceship thing, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know if the land underneath the Stonehenge always looked like that, but obviously I don't think there's really any way for us to tell. We weren't there at the start of the tale, nor will we ever be. What? I don't know, just roll with it. Yeah, one thing I wanted to point out was that in those fights with the army ants, if you fight a singular one, then the text that starts, you know, it says enemy name wants to fight, or enemy name comes up to you with a menacing look in his eye, or whatever. For army ants, it's cornered you, which I must wonder, how does something so small corner 4 fully grown people, or 2 fully grown people, 1 mostly grown person, and an alien? I mean, I don't know if Ziria is fully grown. I don't know quite how tall or large reticulians can become. I remember his species name. I'm not some kind of fool. It was quite close though. And yeah, these enemies, I can identify the one on the right as being from A Link to the Past, but I couldn't tell you where specifically. I want to say he's in the Dark World, but again, it's a pretty vague sort of thing. All I know is that he can kind of hurt, but overall he's not too bad. Also, Archaeorads, as I'm pronouncing it, the green dudes, are very good for, well, not very good, but they can drop Phoenix's ashes. So if you're having trouble keeping your party members alive, try killing some of those, and there's quite a fair chance that you'll get Phoenix's ashes. Oh no, not Phoenix's ashes, Yankee Rose. But it does the same sort of thing. It brings someone back to life if they're dead. Speaking of someone if they're dead, yeah, this was a bit of a bad round. As in, well, you'll soon see. Like, the thing is, most of these enemies, all of them on their own, aren't too bad. But when you have this grouping, and you just get a bit unlucky with the random number generator, then it can get a little bit painful. I'm still not sure what the electric net does. I'm guessing paralysis, but I don't think I've ever seen it work. But yeah, so Colin is the only one who got any experience from that fight, so good for him, I guess. But yeah, it would have been better if everyone had managed to level up from that. Now, I toyed with the idea of using one of my silver confettis, because, I mean, there's never a time that I'm more likely to want to use it. Because, I mean, all 3 of my other party members are dead, and, you know, it would be good to bring them all back to life. But, in the end, if I would like to demonstrate it, I just decide to... Oh, yeah. That's one thing I find a bit weird with, in the inventory system, is you have to, if one of your party members is unconscious, then you can't just use their inventory, which I think would make sense if you could. Like, you just sort of take it out of their inventory for them because they're kind of dead, and yeah, I don't see why you can't just do that, but you have to move it over to your inventory instead. But you know, it's fine. I guess it means you make sure that your inventories are fairly balanced, so that no matter what, you can bring people back to life. But yeah, I definitely recommend having a couple of bring people back to life items. I think I probably have too many, considering the fact that Kerry now can bring people back to life with full health just using her magic, but definitely a good idea to keep them on hand, because, you know, just in case she dies. It wouldn't be ideal for all of your people to be dead, because, you know, strangely enough, that's what a game over means. Just, you know, thought I'd say. Yeah, I'm wondering why we were still hanging onto the box of gumdrops when they heal such little PP, relatively speaking. Kind of wish there'd been more cat fruit on the island, but sadly there wasn't. As far as I'm aware, maybe there were like 80, and I was just like, well, I think there's one here, and there's one here, and then, like, they were everywhere else on the entire map. If memory serves, there's going to be a lot of leveling up in this video as well, actually. Like, in the last one, I remember there was, like, the victory music popped up every, like, pretty much after every fight, I think. Which leads me to wonder how I am doing for this area. I think, like, I'm pretty sure Colin is, like, over-leveled at least. I think overall I'm a bit over-leveled, but the rate at which I level up sometimes in this area, I'm beginning to wonder if it's just there's a lot of experience here, or if I'm actually sort of a bit under-leveled. But it doesn't seem very likely. Greetings, human! We're a jolly family of gophers. I think at first I thought they were like chipmunk or moles or something. If you plan on doing any more adventuring, please listen to me. There are many dark caves, confusing mazes, and spooky dungeons around here. We can help you find your way out if you get lost in any of them. Would you like one of us to accompany you? You bet I would. Okay, he'll squeeze right into your item box. When you need his help, just use him as you would any other item. We're gonna use the hell out of you, Mr. Gopher, someday. That sounded a bit bad. I think it would be better for all concerned if we just pretended I never said that. Agreed? Agreed. This area is a bit weird. I don't... Like, I really like the sort of flashing, but it is a bit disconcerting. Not disconcerting, disorientating. Victory again! Yeah, it's like, it's not even particularly hard to navigate either. Although there is a bit later where I decide to cut out about a minute of footage so I can get back to an earlier area, because I'd recommend, from the start, head over to the right first. Because there is a present for you over there, which you might want to grab. Alright, now I remember why I didn't edit it out, because it wouldn't have saved me any time at all. But yeah, there's a present over to the right, which I will get. Do not worry. Yeah, just down there. But, for some reason like, it's weird, because I'm pretty sure I knew that one was there. But, for some reason I just didn't go and grab it. But, oh well, here we have a Paladin Shield, which, if you're at the same sort of area I am, if you're playing along. Oh, that reminds me, someone asked me to make a tutorial on how to patch the Colinbound hack. I should probably do that at some point. Just because it would probably be a good idea to have on the thing anyway. I mean, I should imagine there are other tutorials around already, but I might make one at some point. Because it would be good if more people played this. It's a very fun hack. I'm certainly enjoying it, even when there are somewhat more irritating times. But yes, overall it's a grand old time for all the family. Unless you don't like RPGs, then it's probably not going to be much fun. Because this is kind of an RPG, ever so slightly. You see, every now and then I want to sort of say something, but then in my mind I say, no, I've already said that. But I don't know if I've said it on camera or if it's something I said in the recording that I somehow deleted. Or if I would just be repeating myself ridiculously more. Because I know I repeat myself far too much. I've probably even said this speech at least like 4 times. But I don't particularly like to repeat myself because I think it probably gets a bit dull for you guys, and, you know, and sometimes, to be honest, I think my videos are bad enough as is. But that might just be my self-esteem talking. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't like doing post-commentary, particularly. Like, I don't particularly mind it so much if I've planned to do it. But if it comes to a situation where, for whatever point, I'm forced to do post-commentary, I find it so much harder to speak. I don't know. I think it's mostly because of things like... Okay, I should probably have edited that bit out, because I think here I just jump ahead to, yeah, being near the box. There's a burst sprinkler, which is something this area can fix. By the way, off screen I've already repaired all of those items. I'd recommend anytime you get broken items now, because you have teleport 1 and 2, just to teleport back to Colin's house in Selkirk or Ness's house in 1et or whatever, whichever version of the hack you're playing, and just keep sleeping there because it's free, and yeah, and you can just do it anytime. It's probably not the quickest you could do for free, but it's certainly a good one. The quickest would probably actually be the tent in Winters/Churchill, where you can have the soup, but to be fair, then you have to go down and get to the tent in the first place, whereas teleporting 1 to 1et is a little bit quicker, because the enemies, no matter what, they're not going to be able to put up much of a fight against you at this point. Just get into a fight and get on with it. Yeah, the reason I don't particularly like doing post-commentary is because, like, I already know what's going to happen. So I sort of start anticipating things and go, okay, so is this the bit where I do that? No, I guess not. So yeah, here we have Puppy locked up in a chamber. I completely forgot Puppy's name at first, so I was like, there's Zeria 2, Revenge of the Zeria. But that's not his name at all. Not yet, at least. Maybe that was a different Reticulian. Hey, you okay in there, Joe? I'm fine, don't you worry about me. One of Infinite's top generals is working in the next room. He controls the entire operation here, including these prison domes. Then he's doing down. Or going down. One of the two. We know you guys can do it. Go, teach him a hard lesson in pain. Can I teach him a soft lesson in pain? Puppy, is that you? Have the abductors harmed you in any manner? Is Puppy one of your friends, Area? For some reason I didn't want to scroll the text. Is it Poopy? Yeah, I think it was like, is it Puppy or Poopy or... Yes, we share an apartment. Puppy, respond, please. Puppy! It looks like she's either sleeping or unconscious. Like, this whole time I didn't know Puppy was a girl. But, whatever. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm not very good at identifying sprite characters. Cool, so everyone's pretty much... I think everyone was pretty full health. Well, now they certainly are. And we get into a fight with someone we've seen before, I believe. Or certainly someone very similar looking. Who at first I thought looked like a bit of Corn, wearing like a bow tie or something. Ah, motley rescue gang! I was expecting this. Why did you abduct those people? Infinite wanted several terrestrial specimens to study. You'll soon join those within the tubes. I'm still not sure what those noises are meant to be. Maybe he's like had a bad thing to eat for lunch, so his stomach is just going. That's my impression of an upset stomach. I like to think it is a relatively good one, but I've probably done better. But yeah, so this fight is really not too bad as long as you use the fairly cheap method that I use in the end. The main reason I use it is because he keeps summoning people who I believe do some fairly annoying things. I can't quite remember what it is off the top of my head, but you will see them in the fight, because that's how I know they do annoying things. I think it's things like they can make you confused, or they can heal the general, or things like that. Was he a general? Yeah, Infinite's general. Was it the general who greeted us back at the very start of this hack? I think it was. Oh yeah, the microbes can make people depressed, which is very annoying. But fortunately, Remedy 3 gets rid of depression now, so that's very good, because depression is one of the most annoying status elements. Also, when they die, they do that, so bear that in mind. But yeah, no, depression is just annoying, because I'm not quite sure, like, what it is. So it's basically, is it paralysis? So the person can't do physical attacks, they can still do magic attacks, but it's still a bit irritating. But yeah, I would definitely recommend just using putting him to sleep and then bashing the heck out of him, because I don't think it's not the arsonist. I think it's the next person he summons that does something a bit irritating. But I can't say for sure. It's been quite a while since I've done this, because as I say, this was recorded at the same time as the other Colinbound, which was that would have been like a week ago, wouldn't it? Yeah, so It's been about a week, and that's been a pretty hectic week as well. I've done a lot, mostly moving out, and moving back in with my parents for a bit. What with university? It's crazy times, my friend. If anyone's not at university yet, then you have got... You should do it. I would highly recommend you study something, because it's a lot of fun. Less so the studying than the, interacting with people, but if you find something you're interested in, genuinely go for it. It's a grand old time. But yes, what does the wire tend to do? Does it do anything, or do I kill him? Ah, yes. It can bring people back to life. Oh no, Remedy 4 is healing, isn't it? Oh, I thought it was like, yeah, bring people back. Although I suppose if it was Cure 4, then he would have brought it back to life no matter what, because it always works, so... Yeah, but he can fully heal the general, so make sure that he doesn't summon too many of those. Still not sure what this giant orb thing is meant to be. But apparently they powered this entire place, so that's a pretty grand old time. So we saved everyone! We're heroes for like the 800th time. Thank you so much! I'm going to write a book about what happened to me today. No, wait, that's a really lame idea. Oh, who's that cute girl there? I've got just the thing for a beauty like you. Here are some fancy garnet earrings. And he gives them to Lo Wang. He's... okay, whatever floats your boat, buddy. Lo Wang apparently can't equip those earrings, strangely enough. Yeah, I know it was obviously meant to be given to Carrie, but I just like the idea that it's like, whoa, look at that hot babe, and it's just Lo Wang there with his bald head and his mustache. But yeah, the garnet earrings are very, very helpful equipment. My name's Naoki. Thank you for saving me from those horrid beasts. They were planning on doing some vile experiments on me. I'd better get back to camp. My friends are probably worried sick about me. There's probably a fair chance. Thank you, fellas. You're all true blue friends. Don't mention it, Joe. You know, there's some awesome technology in this place. Usagi and I are going to Zeti and study it with the Reticulians. Yeah, this sentence still sounds a bit strange to me. Like, I'd say it was going to Zeti to study it, with the Reticulians, but... Or we're going to... I don't know. We'll be able to build something that will help you travel to Infinite's ship. Or will help you to travel to... Will help you travel? I guess you could just say will help you travel. Good, good. Now that you're okay, we're going back to Selkirk. We have to find that tomato cookbook. Good luck! What do you mean by tomato cookbook? Yeah, it's a long story. Yeah, don't bother me, please. This may be a HRFF spaceship. We might be able to build a space war prototype of this. Let's not annoy the professor any longer. We really should have a few words with Joe. We kinda just did. I suppose I better give Gary a call. I hope he's not going to be too angry with me. What, for getting abducted? God damn it, how could you get abducted again? For goodness sake. Stop doing this. Hi, Puby.
My name's Puby. I give you my thanks for your help. You're the new friends. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Puby.
Thank you for stopping the monster. That freak of nature won't be causing any more problems.
You bet it won't. But Infina most likely will. However, this is around the time that I stopped recording, so thank you guys very much for joining me for this part of Let's Play Colinbound. I will try to have a video up on Thursday, but I've still got quite a lot of organizing to do for going on in training, so we shall see. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and please join me in the future for more videos. I will see you guys then. Goodbye.